Hello students, I am your biology lecturer. In the previous class we discussed about the monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross with the example stem height for the monohybrid cross, seed color for the dihybrid cross. Lastly we discussed about the phenotypic and genotypic ratios of both the monohybrid and dihybrid crosses. Okay. Once again I will write the ratios for monohybrid. You can take any other examples for practice. The ratio should come same. Phenotypic, that is external appearance of the offspring by the monohybrid, 3:1. 3 are tall, one offspring is dwarf. Thus dwarf one is exactly recessive one, that is homozygous recessive. Then xenotypic ratio, one raised to 1. One plant or one offspring is a homozygous tall, 2 are heterozygous tall, then last one homozygous dwarf. Next, dihybrid cross. Phenotypic ratio is nine raised to 3:1. 9 are round and yellow, 3 are round and green, again 3 are wrinkled and yellow, last one that is wrinkled and green, that is homozygous recessive condition. Okay. Then xenotypic ratio, ratio 1:2:1 2:4:2 1:2:1. This is the ratio of dihybrid cross. Now we will start with the new topic, that is inheritance of one gene, in that incomplete dominance. Incomplete dominance. Firstly, understand the name of the topic. Dominance means which expresses by suppressing the other gene. Okay. It is represented by the capital letters always. Okay. We can use any other capital letters like this, for example. Okay. But the dominancy here is not complete. The dominant character is not expressed completely. It is going to be expressed incomplete. There is one reason behind that. The dominant gene expresses partial or a half or partial or incomplete, because another gene which is present with the dominant gene, that is recessive gene. Recessive gene is going to be expressed partial, means okay. Here in incomplete dominance process, both the recessive and dominant characters are going to be expressed partially. Partial expression of both dominant and recessive characters. Dominant and recessive characters, or we can say recessive genes. Okay, that's why it's known as a incomplete dominance. The dominant character is not going to express completely, it expresses partially. Okay, Mendel worked on a incomplete dominance also after monohybrid and dihybrid crosses. Incomplete dominance is also one of the example for a monohybrid cross. He worked on a dog flower or a snapdragon plant for a incomplete dominance. Okay, here the incomplete dominance is expressed in a hybrid when, example here I will write, example for the incomplete dominance is a snapdragon flower color. Snapdragon, it is commonly known as dog flower. Here it's a very good example for the incomplete dominance mechanism. In the snapdragon there are two color flowers are there, red color flowers and a white color flower, red flower and white flower. Okay. Mendel crossed two homozygous red and a white. Red color flowers symbolically write double R, that is capital R, and white for small r. Mendel considered red is a dominant character, white is a recessive character after his experiment. Okay. Here by the red flower plant we can get the gamete single capital R. From white color flower plant we can get the small r as a gamete. Okay. Mendel did the cross between two plants that having the white and a red color flowers. He got the F1 that is capital R and small r as a genotype, but surprisingly the F1 hybrid having the pink color flowers. The pink color flower is not a characteristic feature of the parental plant, but the new color flowers are appeared in the F1. Then Mendel concluded that both the genes are expressed partially in the F1. That's why the offspring, that is F1, having the intermediate color than the parents. Okay, the parent plant red with the white, but F1 hybrid is having the pink color flower. That's why it is known as a incomplete dominance. Both dominant gene and recessive gene express partially or incompletely, half, we can say half expression. Okay. Later he did the selfing of F1, that is F2, F1 into F1. Capital R small r into capital R small r. You get the 4 offspring plants, capital R, capital R, capital R small r, capital R small r, small r, small r. Okay. One plant is fully dominant homozygous red color flower plant, then 2 are pink color flower, last one is white one. means here in the F2 generation or the second filial generation, two offspring or two plants with having the pink color flowers. Okay, the original parental gene expresses in the second generation, but for the first generation the parental genes are not going to be expressed, only they express partially, but in the second generation or the second filial generation that character is expressed. By this experiment, Mendel conclude that for expression of red color flower in the F2 generation, it require homozygous condition, homozygous dominant condition for expression of dominant gene, and for recessive gene expression homozygous recessive condition is very necessary for expression of recessive character. Okay, then we can write the ratios here. Phenotypic ratio, and genotypic ratio. Phenotypically, these three plants looks different. Okay, we can write the ratio like this: 1:2:1. 1 is a homozygous dominant, that is red one. 2 are the intermediate pink color flowers plant, then last one is a homozygous recessive one. Okay, it is just like a monohybrid cross, but the only difference is here we can see the expression of both the dominant and recessive genes. That's why for the F1 hybrid or a hybrid, we can see both the characters. They express equally, they express partially, we can say like that. Then genotypic ratios, the genotypic ratio is same like the phenotypic, because genetically they are different. Phenotypically, for the external appearance, one plant looks red, one plant having the red color flower, two plants are having the pink color flower, another one is having the white one. Genotypically, one is homozygous dominant, two are heterozygous condition, heterozygous pink, and remaining one is a homozygous recessive. This is a process of incomplete dominance. Example, snapdragon or the dog flower. It is one of the exception of a monohybrid cross. It is one of the exception for a law of dominance. According to the law of dominance, only the dominant gene is going to be expressed by suppressing the recessive one. But here, the recessive gene is also going to be expressed along with the dominant one. You can see in your NCERT book the figure number 5.6, red color flower is going to be crossed with the white one, the F1 hybrid with the pink one. This is a checkerboard, these are the two gametes, and phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio. Remember one thing, students, here for the incomplete dominance, the genotypic ratio and phenotypic ratios are same, okay, because both the genes are going to be expressed equally. Now I will explain how the only dominant gene is going to be expressed, why not the recessive gene. There is a reason behind that. the dominant gene, initially in the previous classes I told that in the dominant gene a specialized factor is there, it is functional, but the factor which is present in the recessive gene, it is not the functional, that is why only the dominant gene express. I will write here, I am going to draw the homozygous condition T and T. Here there is no problem, both the genes are going to be expressed, but in heterozygous condition, only dominant trait expresses, not the recessive one, because for the expression of character, okay, for the expression of phenotypic character, enzymes are necessary. The enzymes which are present in both these genes, okay, suppose consider T is very necessary for height, okay. In the T gene, the codons are present which codes for a particular enzyme for tallness, okay. Then T is also, small t is also a gene which is for a height, but the codons which are present in the small t are also having gene enzymes, but those enzymes are not functional. Abnormal enzymes are present in the small t, okay, that is why it is known as a recessive one. It is not going to be expressed in the next generation. It is not only the matter of abnormal enzyme or the non-functional enzyme, there are so many other reasons behind the expression of dominant one. Sometimes the recessive or the another gene is not sufficient for expression of the character. It's have the enzymes, but less enzymes are present. The quantity of enzymes is less than the dominant one. That's why only the dominant gene is going to be expressed by suppressing the another gene that's known as a recessive one. This is all about the incomplete dominance. It is one of the exception for the monohybrid cross. It is one of the exception for the law of dominance also. According to the Mendel law of dominance, only the dominant gene expressed, but here in case of incomplete dominance, only both the dominant and recessive genes are expressed. Best example, that is snapdragon. Remember the example and practice this process. This is very important for 5 marks, and genotypic ratios and phenotypic ratios. Okay. Next, another exception for a monohybrid cross or inheritance of one gene, or we can say another exception for a law of dominance, that is a co-dominance. In case of incomplete dominance, the both dominant and recessive genes are expressed equally or partially, but here co-dominance means both the genes are expressed equally, but there is a different condition here. Example for co-dominance is a blood group in human beings. Human beings. that is ABO blood group. In case of incomplete dominance, the F1 hybrid have the intermediate color between dominant and a recessive gene. But in case of codominance, the dominant gene also express completely and recessive gene also express completely. Both dominant and recessive genes are expressed completely. That's why another type of blood group we can see. Before going to start the actual hybridization, first understand the types of blood groups which are present in human. Okay, there are totally 4 types of blood groups: A, B, AB and O. These are the types of blood groups we can see in human beings. The blood groups are also known as immunoglobulins. Those immunoglobulins are written as IA, okay, IB, IA, IB. For O, just IO and IO. ABO blood group in human beings is controlled by the gene is I, that is immunoglobulin. In the plasma membrane of red blood cells, that is RBC, has the sugar polymers that are having the sugar contains on the surface of red blood cells. Okay, those are having the different immunoglobulins. The gene I has 3 alleles. Okay, the gene I has 3 alleles: IA, IB and small I. Otherwise we can write IO. Okay, the alleles IA and IB produces the slightly different from the sugar, while allele I does not produce any sugars. Here IA produces a different sugar, IB produces a different sugar, but IO or small I doesn't produce any sugar molecules. Because humans are diploid in organism, each person possesses any 2 of the 3 genes. In these 3 genes, in human beings, any 2 genes will express. Any 2 alleles of I gene will produced. IA and IB are completely dominant over this one. Okay, IA gene, that is A, and IB gene are dominant, completely dominant over IO gene, because this gene is not going to be produce any sugar molecule. Sugar molecule content is completely absent, but IA and IB genes produces the different sugars independently. Then when IA and small I are present, only the IA express. This is a basic concept. When IA and IO are present in an individual, only the IA gene going to be expressed, because the IO gene is considered as a recessive one, IA gene is considered as a completely dominant over IO gene. Next, if IB is with the IO gene, only the IB gene is going to be expressed, because IB gene is completely dominant over IO gene. I told the reason IO gene doesn't produce any sugar molecule. That's why IA and IB are considered as a completely dominant over IO genes. Okay, when IA and IB are present together in an individual, both express their own types of sugar. Both expresses their own type of sugar. That's why those are known as co-dominant genes or alleles, we can say. Red blood cells have both the A and B type of sugar. IA produces A type of sugar, B produces B type of sugar. When these two genes are expressed in an individual, that condition is known as a codominant condition. Okay, two alleles are expressed at a time in a same individual. We can take the example. Human beings, when men or male with having the blood group A blood group is going to be married with B blood group female. I told that the human beings are diploid. That's why we represent that diploid condition with the two homologous chromosomes with the two alleles. By the men, IA gamete will form. By females, IB gametes. Here I will write as a parents. These are the gametes. Then F1, that is the next generation baby, have the both the alleles. If men or father have the blood group A, female with the blood group B, the F1 hybrid or a next generation baby must be having the AB blood group. It is exactly different from the parental blood group, because here both the father blood sugar and mother blood group sugar going to be expressed in the F1 hybrid. Okay, suppose when we considered the selfing F1 into F1, IA is crossed with the IB, AB blood group man marries the AB blood group female. Both the type of three types of offspring will form, three types of babies will form in the next generation: IA, IB, IA, IB. Sorry, here I will write the blood group A blood group, AB blood group, AB blood group, B blood group. By this you can write the phenotypic ratios and the genotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio. Here you can observe a phenotypic ratio. Two individuals with have the AB blood group, one individual have the A blood group, another one is have the B blood group. You can write 1:2:1. Okay. Then genotypic ratio same 1:2:1 because a single individual have the homozygous I alleles, two individuals are having the both the alleles, that is codominant alleles, then another individual with have the B blood group with the homozygous B condition. When heterozygosity comes in this condition, for the case of blood group, both the alleles are going to be expressed because those are called as a codominant. A and B alleles are codominant. This is one of the exception for a law of dominance. Incomplete dominance and law codominance are the exception for the law of dominance, exception for monohybrid cross also. This is all about the incomplete dominance and codominance. Remember the examples, remember the ratios and examples also. We will continue in the next class. Thank you.